Hi there, it's your boy Pacifist here, doing something a bit different for you all. It's that time of year for this particular month in October where artists unite to participate in InkTober for 31 days. I've always heard of InkTober, but I've never knew the rules, and I've always been an avid viewer / admirer. But that's all gonna change now that I've decided to participate myself. Alright. I know there's always been a heated discussion between whether digital artists should be recognised as much as traditional artists during Inktober, but that's not what this video nor this channel is about. I'll be doing this on a digital platform, but before you moan, groan or leave, I have put forward a few challenges and rules for this Inktober to make it more interesting, and they are as follows. No Ctrl Z is allowed, i.e. undo. Using erasers are allowed since traditional artists use erasers and ink correction tools. Secondly, I wasn't sure about this, and it may later change. I may update this rule and maybe allow it. But for now, I've assumed traditional artists don't really use a ruler, a stencil, a compass or any other equipment to aid drawing certain shapes. So for myself, I too will follow suit and draw and write everything by freehand. So none of the shape tools and holding shift to draw straight lines, etc. None of that business. I'm not about that. Also, thirdly, moving parts of lines and outlines around the canvas is prohibited. I know that although in theory you could do this in traditional art, it's not as easy, so I will refrain myself from doing it as well. Flipping canvas horizontally or vertically for anomaly inspection is also not allowed. I know I might accidentally do this, since I have a key bind, which is the hashtag key, and that's right next to the enter key. So when I'm renaming certain layers, I might accidentally hit the hashtag key instead of the enter key, and it will flip the canvas. So if I do that, I'll make sure I'll reflip it right away, so I'm not abusing that kind of cheating thing. Since you can't really do it in traditional art, rotating the canvas is allowed, since I feel traditional artists can rotate their paper or sketchbook, etc. And finally, I've given myself around 2 to 3 hours for each prompt. I mean, it's fine for me to go over slightly, it's not the end of the world, but since it's my first time, I want to pace myself and reduce the amount of time drawing to ensure I actually finish the Inktober challenge, because drawing for 31 days is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So we've got to take things one at a time, a day at a time. So baby steps. So I don't want to spend far too long on one day and then overburn or feel too tired and exhausted from the previous day and spend little time on the next day. I would rather be consistent than being inconsistent, basically. Most of the rules I've outlined just now is to kind of simulate or replicate traditional art condition or environment. But I do acknowledge that it's not exactly the same. But it's to my best of my abilities that I can do for now. For my first year, I didn't want to go too hard, so I decided a special theme for my Twitch family. So shout out goes to you guys, where it will be a simple, cute and funny where possible on a 1920 by 1080 canvas. So please don't hate if it's not detailed enough. For next year, I'll do things differently and maybe it'll be more detailed and on a smaller canvas. Who knows? Anyways, that's enough waffling, and I know you're here to see what I've done. So without further ado, let's go!